Hello and good morning, and thank God it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope that everyone had a fantastic week full of fun, laughter, lots of love and abundance. And to finish to finish this week, we're going to have a little bit of a slow flow. So if you haven't caught this from the earlier classes this week, there's only just been a very, very slight change in our classes. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're actually going to be doing slow flow vinyasa, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays is a regular flow vinyasa. Okay. So welcome to the slow flow vinyasa. For today at 10:30, we're going to be doing some Pilates fusion. So if you've never done Pilates before, it's actually a quite wonderful class. That's very complementary to yoga practices. We spend a lot of our time on the floor, working out a lot of our muscles, all of the intricate muscles, the larger groups as well. Working mostly throughout the abdominal core area, with a little bit of glutes and some leg work in there and some arm work as well. So if that's something that interests you, come join me at 10:30 for some Pilates fusion. So taking a nice comfortable seat on your mat to get our practice started today. Taking a comfortable seat and then allowing yourself to take some deeper breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing each breath to be longer and deeper than the last. Taking your time to fill the lungs and taking the equal amount, if not longer, time to exhale the breath through a deep sigh. Closing the eyes. And with each exhalation, relaxing the body even further. Bringing your awareness to the touch point on your mat. The outer edges of the legs, the ankles, the feet, the glutes, the sit bones. From here, we're going to find our center through rocking our pelvis from front to back. So begin to tip your pelvis forward and back, nice and slowly, and notice where the heaviest point of the sit bones rest on the earth. Once you find the heaviest point, allow the sit bones to sink into your mat there. Let's give the bottom half of our body one last check here, making sure that all of the muscles throughout the glutes and the thighs, the entire area of the legs and the feet are fully relaxed, sinking into the earth. Gently bringing your awareness up the length of the spine upon your next inhalation, lifting each vertebra all the way up through the crown of the head, reaching up to the sky, lengthening the spine. Finding integrity throughout the entire trunk of the body. Beginning to slide the arms back, aligning the top of the arms with the trunk of the body. Notice how the chest becomes a little bit more open here as we do this. Flipping the palms down over the thighs. And then from here, we're going to take our left hand over the chest and the right hand over the belly. Just resting our hands there and noticing all of the sensations. Notice the heat that permeates throughout the palms of the hands and the lengths of the fingers, as well as noticing the gentle movements of both areas with every breath. Notice the expansiveness of each inhalation. And within this moment, in this space, finding your intention for today's practice. As your intention becomes clearer to you, we're going to inhale, both hands trace the sun all the way overhead, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling the hands in towards the heart center in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Placing the lengths of the thumbs over the sternum, connecting with the rhythm of the heart's beat. Let us begin today's practice with the sound of Om, sealing our intention into every single cell of our being. Inhaling now. Allowing the eyes to flutter open as we begin today's practice. For today, we're actually going to start on our backs. So resting the length of the spine down on your mat, keeping the knees bent and the feet planted. From here, we're going to either take our arms into either T or cactus pose. And we're going to step our feet as wide as the mat. And then from here, we're just going to swish the knees from side to side to get a little bit of fluidity in through your hips. You can move as quickly or as slowly as you wish. You may even choose to pause on one side and allow the knees to naturally drape. Maybe even feeling a little bit of a further sensation throughout your hips. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's guide the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big hug, wrapping your arms around the legs. Rocking from side to side, massaging the spine. And then from here, coming to center, we're going to take the hands over the knees. And we're going to start 2 big rotations here. So we're going to draw big circles with the knees. The knees are going to be moving in opposite directions, bringing a bit more fluidity in through the hips. So as you inhale, bring the knees closer towards the chest. Upon your exhalation, guide the knees nice and wide, drawing real big circles. Inhale, bringing the knees back in. And exhale to circle them outwards. Synchronizing your breath with your movement, bringing harmony into the body. Let's take one more rotation in this direction, and then we're going to switch directions. One more rotation. Beautiful, and switch. for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's take the feet back down to the ground. The heels are going to land at a very close distance towards your sit bones. Now, we're going to go through bridge here, but I'm going to give us about 4 rounds of bridge to actually find our footing. So what I mean by that is, usually in every class that you'll go to or that you'll hear, a lot of the instructors will tell you to take your heels straight to your sit bones. Now, that doesn't necessarily work for everyone because we all have different body types, right? Some of us have longer legs, shorter torso, vice versa, or equal length. So in yoga, it's actually very important to honor our bodies and listen to what our bodies are asking for us and actually pay attention to our own alignment and engagement. Our bodies are always going to be our first teacher. So sometimes some of us might actually take the heels further away from the sit bones and gain optimal height this way. So let's start off with taking the heels as close to the sit bones as possible. And then on each round, we're going to step the feet a little bit further away or even closer and finding the optimal position of your footing to get the best height, lifting the entire front of the body to fire up the whole back line. Guiding the arms alongside the body, planting your hands. Your fingers are nice and wide. So from here, we're going to bring a lot of activation through the arms to open up the chest. So we're going to press through the length of the fingers, the palms of the hands, the length of the arms, and then you're going to press the shoulders down into your mat. Notice that when you press your shoulders down into your mat, the chest naturally lifts. Upon the next inhalation, pressing through the feet, drawing the inner thighs towards each other without collapsing the knees in. You're going to inhale, press, and lift those hips up as high as you can. Beautiful. From here, continuously pressing through the feet, draw the inner thighs towards each other, bring the navel back into the spine, and take a look to see how high you can get here. Lifting the heart close towards the chin for 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, melt the entire length of the spine back down to the mat, descending each vertebra at a time. From here, to release the spine, we're just going to hug the knees into the chest for 1 breath. And then descend the feet back to the earth. From here, you may choose to adjust your footing if you would like to experiment with your height in bridge. So we're going to adjust your footing. For myself, I'm going to just step my feet a little bit further away from from the sit bones. Flip the palms down, open up the fingers nice and wide, reactivate the arms and the shoulders into the earth. Inhale, press the feet, lift the hips up nice and high. Now take a look and see if you got any additional height here as you adjusted your footing. Draw the inner thighs towards each other, push the knees towards the front of the room, navel to spine, lifting the chest up towards the heart towards the chest as much as possible. 1 breath. And at the base of your exhalation, melting the entire length of the spine all the way back down. We've got 2 more. So in this last one, we're going to find the optimal footing. And then on the 4th, we're going to keep that footing, and then we're going to hold the bridge for a couple of breaths. Let's guide the knees into the chest. 1 breath. Excellent. Descending the feet back down to. I'm going to be stepping my heels a little bit further away from the sit bones. So adjusting your feet into another distance for experimentation. Re-engaging the hands, the arms, and the shoulders. Inhale to lift. Draw the inner thighs towards each other, lifting the hips up nice and high, pressing through the feet, lifting that chest as close to the chin as possible. Beautiful. 1 breath. And then exhale to melt the entire length of the spine down, knees into chest. So whichever placement that you liked with your feet, take that placement, finding the optimal place, the optimal distance rather, between your heels and your sit bones. Descending your feet back again, re-engaging your arms and your hands in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. So we're going to stay up here for about a 4-count breath, firing up the back line. Let's bring a little bit of awareness here through the entire core of the body. Bring that navel to the spine and then lift the navel up in through the ribs. Beautiful. Squeeze those glutes, lifting the hips up even higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, let's melt that spine all the way back down. Knees into chest. And from here, we're going to cross the shins over on top of each other. And we're going to take a hold of the tops of the feet. From here, we're going to roll up into a seated position and then transfer into tabletop position. All right, let's inhale. Roll ourselves all the way up. Plant the hands forward. Uncross the legs behind you. Step the knees back. So the knees are underneath the hips and the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Tucking the toes under, moving in through 4 cat-cows. We're going to inhale cat, exhale to cow. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift the spine, navel to spine. Open up that space right between the shoulder blades all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, release the front of the body, draping down to the ground, opening up the chest, lifting your gaze. On your exhalation, you may choose to exhale through an open mouth and make any noise that you want. Have fun with this, all right? Inhale, cat. And exhale, cow. Last 2, inhaling. And exhaling. Last breath. Let's make this the deepest breath. Inhale. Stretch that spine up all the way up to the sky as much as you can. And then exhale to release. Excellent. All right, let's take the heels all the way back to the mat into downward facing dog, lifting your hips up nice and high. Let's take your pinkies towards the edges of the mat. Open up our fingers nice and wide, pressing through the heels of the palms, the lengths of the fingers. Notice that once you do this engagement here, that the center of the palms begin to lift away from your mat. So this actually helps an appropriate engagement for the shoulders. We're going to start to push the mat away from you, descending the ears away from the shoulders as much as possible. You're going to take your drishti, which is your gaze, towards the inner thighs as you lift the hips up even higher, the sit bones. Descending the heels of the feet to closer to the earth, lengthening the entire back line. Let's take one more breath here before inviting movement. Beautiful. Start to pedal out your knees. And then coming back into stillness. Bend the knees, navel to spine, gaze towards the front of your mat. On your inhalation, hop or step towards the front of your mat and lifting up into your flat back. So when you come into your flat back, you have 2 choices. You can either come up onto your fingertips, reach to the crown of the head, make sure that the shoulders stay away from the ears. Or you can take your hands over the shins, lengthen through the spine exactly how you would with your fingertips on the ground. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Last one. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press and rise. Sweep the arms wide, tracing the sun all the way up to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center in Anjali Mudra. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms wide. Palms touch. Interlace the last 3 fingers, pointing the index fingers all the way up. Not to lift the shoulders over towards the ears. You're going to slide the shoulders all the way back down and pressing through the palms vigorously. Inhale, lifting the index fingers, piercing the sky. On your exhalation, we're just going to fold over towards the right. We're going to keep those hips stacked over the ankles. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Then we're going to exhale, sweep the arms wide and release the arms alongside the body. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, lengthen. On your exhalation, you're going to allow your arms to be like nice and loose, like cooked noodles. You're going to tuck the chin into the chest. You're going to slowly roll the entire length of the spine all the way down. Keep the navel pulled up in through the ribs. And once you come all the way into your forward fold, into your end range of motion, we're going to inhale, navel to spine, and lift all the way slowly back up. Shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears once you get to the tippy top, and then as you exhale, slide the shoulder blades all the way down the length of the spine. Excellent. Inhale, tracing the sun. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, plant the hands firmly on the ground, opening up your fingers wide. Take a really wide step back into plank pose. Shifting the shoulders over the wrists, softening the elbows slowly as you lower all the way down to the ground. Untucking the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing through the palms of the hands, lifting the heart off your mat, reaching through the crown of the head. The tops of the feet press vigorously into the mat. And then as you begin to exhale, shift your sit bones all the way back, flipping your feet back under into downward facing dog. Let's take a few deep breaths here, pressing all 4 limbs evenly into the ground. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front of your mat. Inhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat. Flat back, lift and lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to forward fold. In your forward fold, you may choose to bend your knees as much as you like to lengthen your spine. Pressing through the feet, inhale, rise, tracing the sun all the way back up. And we're going to exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Trace the sun. Exhale, sweep the arms wide, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, guide the hands back down to the earth, step or hop back plank. This time we're going to be going into an 8-limb salute from plank. So from here, you're going to slowly take the knees down to the earth, keep that navel pulled into the spine. And you're going to melt the heart right in between the hands. Beautiful. Let's take one breath here. On the next inhalation, just going to slither through your hands, lifting your heart untucking the toes into upward facing dog. Exhale, shift the sit bones all the way back, flip the feet under, downward facing dog. One more deep, long breath, taking your time to fill the lungs and allowing a deep sigh to release as you exhale. Softening the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. So this time as we exhale, we're going to go into cactus pose. So as the fingertips reach up to the sky, we're going to flip the palms forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to guide your elbows nice and wide, opening up the heart to the sky, leaning slightly back. However, you're going to keep those hips stacked over your ankles here. So bringing a little bit of extension here through the lumbar spine. Inhale, lift the fingertips all the way back up, rising to center. And then exhale to forward fold, sweeping the arms wide, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Plant the hands, step back, plank. So we're going to do that 8-limb salute once again. Pull the navel to the spine, descending the knees. And as you continue exhaling, guiding the heart right between the hands. Let's take one full breath here. And then as you inhale, slither the chest through the hands, untucking the toes, inhaling into upward facing dog. Exhale, shift the sit bones back, downward facing dog. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the rest of our practice. Let's take another couple of deep breaths here. Last breath. From here, we're going to inhale, right leg all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, we're just going to move the legs even further away from each other as you descend the left heel closer to the earth. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the knee towards the nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale to descend the left knee, untuck the left toes. Draw the inner thighs towards each other, navel to spine. Inhale, sweep the arms wide all the way up towards the sky, lifting your heart, and the crown reaches up to the sky. Staying here for 2 more breaths. At the base of your exhalation, flip the palms all the way back down to the mat. Slide the sit bones all the way back, folding over the right leg. Inhale, flat back, reach the crown of the head, navel to spine. And then as you exhale, take an even deeper forward fold over that right leg. One last breath. Inhale to sweep the body forward, bending the right knee. Tuck the left toes under, send the left heel back. As you exhale, step the right foot back into your plank to lower all the way back down, flowing through Vinyasa. So Vinyasa is the combination of from plank, inhaling into upward facing dog. And then you're going to exhale, shift the sit bones back into your downward facing dog. So that is Vinyasa. So every time we take Vinyasa, you always have the choice of going into child's pose instead. Let's take one last breath here in our downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, descending that right heel closer to the ground, opening up your legs nice and wide. Beautiful. Inhale, knee to nose, curl the spine. Beautiful. And then you're going to step that left foot forward. You're going to descend the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale to draw the inner thighs towards each other. Navel to spine. Inhale to sweep the arms nice and wide, reaching up to the sky. Two more breaths. At the base of the last exhalation, flipping the palms all the way back down to the mat, sliding the sit bones all the way back into your forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, reach to the crown of the head, scooping the belly in. And as you exhale, take an even deeper forward fold over the left leg. Last breath. Inhale, sweeping forward, bending the left knee, tucking the left toes under, send the right heel back. Step the left foot back plank, flowing through Vinyasa. Lowering all the way down from plank. Untucking the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Last breath. We're going to inhale, step the right foot forward. On our exhalation, we're going to pivot the back foot so that it's in line with the short edge of the mat. Heel to heel alignment, navel to spine. Inhale as you windmill the arms all the way up into your warrior two. Pressing the feet fiercely away from each other, squaring the hips towards the long edge of the mat, making sure that that right knee is tracked right over that ankle. From here, there's a big tendency to actually slide the shoulders forward, kind of like you're surfing. So here, we're just going to slide the shoulders back, stacking them over the hips. Keeping your gaze past the right fingertips, reaching the arms wide to the front and to the back of the room. Let's take one more breath here. Flipping the right palm up towards the sky, sweeping the left arm across the, taking the hand towards the right hip. As you inhale, we're going to trace the right fingertips all the way up through the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to guide those fingertips all the way back, opening up the right side of the body. into exalted warrior. The gaze is up to the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way back down to the ground. Pivoting that left foot. Step the right foot back plank, flowing through Vinyasa. Once you get into your downward facing dog, taking one big deep breath in through the nostrils, exhaling through an open mouth. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, pivot the back, heel to heel alignment, navel to spine. Inhale, windmill the arms all the way up. Shifting the shoulders over the hips, pressing the feet away from each other. Making sure that that knee is over that ankle. Lifting through the crown of the head, keeping the belly tucked into the spine. Reach to the opposite sides of the room through the fingertips. For 3, 2, and 1. Flip the left palm up to the sky. Sweep the right arm behind the body towards the left hip. Inhale 2, lift those left fingertips all the way up to the sky. Exhale, trace those fingertips back into exalted warrior. Two, and 1. Inhale, sweep the arms back. Exhale, 2. Windmill the arms all the way down. Pivot the right foot. Step the left foot back plank and lower down, continuing through your Vinyasa. All right, so for the next pose, we're going to offer our spine a little bit of a twist in our high lunge. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. At the base of the last exhalation, inhale to step the right foot forward, tracking that knee over the ankle, pressing back through the left heel, navel to spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lifting the crown of the head up to the sky. So we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths, and then we're going to go into our twist. Make sure that the shoulders stay away from the ears. Beautiful. On the next exhalation, you're going to flip the right palm out, and then you're going to start twisting as you reach back through the right hand. Palms facing forward. Thumbs are up. Strong back leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, sweep the right arm across the earth, back up towards the sky. And then from here, we're going to exhale, hands come back down to the ground. We're going to slide the sit bones all the way back to open up the back of that right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale to fold over the right leg. Last breath. Beautiful. Plant the hands firmly on the ground. Inhale, sweep that knee forward, stacking it over that ankle. Step the right foot back, plank, vinyasa, or child's pose. Let's take one breath in, downward facing dog. Inhale to step the left foot forward. Beautiful. As you're exhaling, we're going to make sure that our alignment is proper. We're going to slide that left knee over the ankle, press back through the right heel. Inhale, navel to spine, fingertips to the sky, crown to the sun. Last breath here before we go into our twist. Beautiful. Flip that left palm out. You're going to sweep the left arm back, coming into your twist. Arms are out into T position. Thumbs are facing the ceiling. Press back through the right heel. Last breath here. And then we're going to inhale, sweep that left hand across the ground all the way up towards the sky. Exhale to fold, guiding your hands back down to the mat, sliding the sit bones back, straightening out that left leg. Inhale, flat back, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale to fold. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, sweep the knee over the ankle. Exhale, step the left foot back, plank, vinyasa, or child's pose. So whether you're in child's pose or downward facing dog, let's take 3 of the biggest breaths that we can take, allowing a deep sigh to release on every single exhalation. You can make any sound that you want as you exhale. Shake your head about, release the weight of the head. Release the weight of the thoughts, relaxing the neck. Beautiful. Let's soften the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, step the left foot all the way back as wide as you can, with a little bit more control than that. All right, so from here, you're going to make sure that the edges of your feet are in line with the short edge of your mat. So if you're ever wondering how wide your legs should be, you can just simply open up your arms into T position and making sure that your ankles are right underneath the wrists, okay? From here, we're going to come into forward fold. So let's take our hands over the hips. Inhale to lengthen the spine, reach at the crown of the head, opening up that chest. As you exhale, you're going to pivot from the hips and lead with the heart into your forward fold. Once you come into your forward fold, you're going to descend the hands right in between the feet. So the heels of the palms match with the heels of the feet, fingertips with the tips of the toes. The hands land right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Scoop the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Last breath. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back. From here, we're going to get our spines into another twist. So we're going to slide that left hand right underneath the face. From here, you may choose to soften that right knee. And then as you inhale, you're going to sweep the right arm all the way up, coming into your twist. And then from here, you have a choice to either straighten your right leg or keep it slightly bent. Can you take your gaze up towards the sky if that's comfortable for your neck? If not, you can take your gaze back down to the ground. One last breath. And we're going to exhale. The right hand replaces the left. You may choose to soften the left knee or not. And as you inhale, reach up to the sky with the left hand. Last breath. Excellent. Let's slide that hand all the way back down. Beautiful. Hands towards the hips. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot the heels in, toes out at a 45-degree angle or more. And from here, we're going to guide the hands in towards the heart center under the mudra, prayer position. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, reach to the crown of the head, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bending the knees and guiding the sit bones down. Here, we're going to close the eyes. We're going to shift the shoulders back over the hips, reach to the crown of the head, pull the navel in. Remember your intention for today's practice. Two more breaths. Last breath. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. And then from here, as we exhale, we're just going to pivot the feet all the way back in. All right, let's transfer ourselves back to the front of our mat. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, tracing the sun. As you exhale, pivot on hips, sweep the arms wide, lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. On your exhalation, you're going to cross the legs, bend the knees, guide the sit bones down to the earth. Uncross the feet, knees are bent. And from here, we're going to help release the spine through a couple of cat-cows in this position. So we're actually going to reverse the breath in cat-cow. We're going to inhale cow. So when we inhale, you're actually going to open up your heart up to the sky, lift your gaze upwards. You're going to lift your heart as much as you can, taking the shoulders all the way back. And then as you exhale, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, scoop the belly in, press that spine all the way to the back, tucking the chin into the chest. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale, scoop and roll. Inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop and roll. Inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop and roll. Last breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop and roll the spine all the way down. From here, we're going to walk the feet by the bones. We're going to guide our arms into T position or cactus. We're going to take the right outer ankle over the left thigh in a position of a number 4. And then you're going to, on your exhalation, descend the base of the right foot over towards the left of you. And then you're going to internally rotate the right leg towards the earth, draping the knee down. From here, you can either choose to stay here, or you can take the left hand on the outer edge of the right knee and take your gaze past the right shoulder. Excellent. All right, let's take one last deep breath here. Releasing the left hand back to the ground. Releasing the gaze back to center. Inhale, center. And then as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle. We're going to take that right arm right in between the space of the legs, right in the center of that number 4. We're going to lift that left foot off the ground. And we're going to either take a hold of the top of the left shin or the back of the thigh here. So whichever one is the most accessible or the easiest, or the one that feels the best to you, rather. You're going to allow the right knee to shift away from you, and then beauty. Let's release the base of the left foot down, back down to the ground, arms into T position. Internally rotating the left leg towards the ground, right hand on the outer edge of the left knee, guiding your gaze, not your hand, past the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale to thread the needle. Two breaths. Beautiful. Let's uncross the legs, guide the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead to the knees on your exhalation. And then on your inhalation, you're going to open up your body into the final resting pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Palms are facing up. Going to give your hips a little bit of a wiggle here. Making any final adjustments that you need to in order to fully relax the entire body. Surrendering to gravity. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bending the knees, extending the right arm back, and gently rolling over towards the right side of your body as you plant the left hand on the ground in front of the chest. Taking a moment here in gratitude for yourself, for your own practice, for every effort, for honoring your body. And upon your next inhalation, pressing through the base of the left palm to rise up into a seated position to close today's practice with a sound of Om. Guiding the hands towards the heart center and under the mudra. Let us take our inhalation now. Shanti, 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 peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, bliss, freedom, optimal health. May all beings be happy, be happy, be happy. Namaste. You all have a phenomenal weekend. Take rest, have a little bit of fun, give yourself a little bit of some self-care during the 10:30 class. The opening announcement. The 10:30 class today is the Pilates Fusion. So if you felt like strengthening your whole body in a super fun way, it's a completely different pace than yoga. It is actually complementary to yoga. So if you felt like exploring that, that would be fun. Most of the class is actually spent on your mat, on the floor rather. So it's a little bit different. It's kind of nice. It's kind of fun. And if not, I'll see your gorgeous, beautiful faces on your mat. Not tomorrow. Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Bye for now.